Hey guys.
Oh.
Yep.
Hey.
You're listening to Grateful Guys.
Yeah.
That was for the people listening.
Thank you.
I'm Bart. This is Kurt. And that's Kent.
We
Yep.
are grateful guys. We are grateful guys. We are grateful. We are grateful guys. We are grateful guys. We are grateful guys. We are grateful. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I was thinking about how the show's called Grateful Guys. But we never talk about what we're grateful for. Like usually it's Kurt just complaining about, whatever, his knee hurts or something.
Well, I start off saying I'm grateful that it doesn't always hurt.
And,
Really?
And then we got Ken over here talking about nothing most of the time.
I'm grateful for nothing.
So I'd start out the show doing was talking about something that I care about a lot, and that's movies.
Okay.
You guys know I like movies.
Yeah, we all kind of came together because of movies.
Yeah, we all work together in movie stores,
Yep. Well, video stores.
video stores.
What's the difference?
A movie store is like a movie theater. You know,
You don't buy a movie.
Friday night, go out on a date for dinner. And
I'm gonna take. Hey Dad, can I borrow $10 to go to the movie store with my date?
I gotta take this girl to the movie store.
Hey girl, you want to make out at the movie store? And then we did that River Bottom Bandits.
Oh yeah, that was about movies.
Yeah, the Grateful Guys kind of got its start with the River Bottom Bandits, where we got together every week and talked about movies, what movies were coming out.
I used to think those episodes were really long, but they're pretty short.
No, compared to the endless Grateful Guys episodes we're doing here, they're super short.
Yeah.
What was the runtime?
15, maxed out at 15.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Really makes you think.
A little bit.
So I'm going to talk about movies today.
Yeah.
I watched Mad Max last night.
The newest one.
That new Mad Max movie. It was
Wait.
really good. Mad Max Fury Road. It's not even, they should have called it Charlize Theron Fury Road, because Mad Max, he hardly does anything in that movie. It's just her like, driving a big rig and stuff. It's pretty
Okay.
cool.
I've wanted to see that movie.
It's good. It's crazy. It's pretty insane. Pretty brilliant. I was thinking about at the end of the year, where's that gonna land on my best of the year list? Number 1? Probably not. Usually don't get those
No.
CGI blockbuster type things.
Some
up at the top there.
Yeah, some foreign French movie will come out
Yeah.
and
Yeah, something really boring that nobody would ever care to watch. That's probably what'll be number 1.
same director as the first one, right? And the second one?
And the third one. Yeah.
He did
George Miller.
He did Beyond Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the third one.
He also did Happy Feet 1 and 2.
Interesting.
Babe, Pig in the City. Not the first Babe movie though.
Nice.
Was that the second?
But yeah, there were 2.
Babe 2?
Mm-hmm.
Pig in the City.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he likes to put things on stretchy cords. That's what I figured out about George Miller.
Stretchy chords.
Mm-hmm. And how in Thunderdome they have that cage, cage fight where they're on.
You're
They're
talking
on, like,
about
bungees.
You're talking about Thunderdome.
Thunderdome, yeah, where they're on bungees and fighting each other. And
I've seen a very similar game on Bullseye. Right? You've seen it.
Yeah, they did adapt a game of the Thunderdome.
Hashtag Foxes at Bullseye.
how does it work out in reality?
Pretty boring.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Yeah, this show's actually pretty good.
But real life Thunderdome pretty boring.
Yeah, but the movie's cool. I like Tina Turner's how her cleavage just keeps getting bigger and bigger throughout the movie. Hats off. You can bet your bottom dollar that you're gonna see more and more cleavage from Tina Turner downtown at Bartertown by the end of that flick.
Damn it.
There were, I mean, you might call Mad Max Fury Road a feminist film.
Oh yeah.
Problem with calling it a feminist film is that there are a lot of sexy like supermodels that Charlize Theron is driving around the desert, and they keep getting out of the rig and they're wearing like pretty skimpy outfits.
Lots of cleave.
Definitely some cleavage.
Yeah.
But you know,
What's wrong with that?
Well, nothing,
It's-
because you know what the cleavage it reminds the guys of?
The butt.
Yeah, the butt cheeks. That's what it's supposed to remember you of.
I love remembering of things.
And what happens when you think about butt cheeks?
You get You get very, very aroused.
But what it comes down to is you're turning a woman into a sexual object by showing her cleavage.
I didn't.
Am
George.
right?
I know George Miller did. Tina Turner and George Miller teamed up for that. I don't know what the third. I don't know what the fourth one's like. I heard it's more like feminist, probably less cleavage, more supermodels.
Yeah, and wearing skimpy outfits,
That's okay.
prancing around the desert with.
Yeah, it's hot out there. You wouldn't want to wear a lot of clothes.
It's a fine
You're
line.
talking post-apocalyptic Australia.
Yeah, and the third one they call it the Pokey Clips.
Oh, because the language has changed so much
Yeah.
over the years.
Yeah. Where does it take place? If it is in fact Mad Max, when does it take place?
This
After-
movie,
Yeah.
it's
After-
unclear. I mean, there's no.
In between 2 and 3?
It must be because he's younger than he
Yeah,
is
he
in
doesn't
Thunderdome
have-
for sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like Road Warrior doesn't really follow on Mad Max exactly. It's sort of a remake. It feels like a completely different world.
I always thought it was supposed to be like Mad Max, he's this cop, and like the world's going to shit at that point. And then the Road Warrior, he's that same cop after the world really went to shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're seeing him right at the beginning of like
Yeah, they do.
the end of the world.
They do gray hit the sides of his head to make him look older, as if a lot of time has passed and shit has really gotten crazy.
Yeah.
People start shaving their heads in mohawks, hoarding that guzzling.
Does it take place in Australia?
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. Hadn't thought about that.
So anyway, what I was gonna do today is put on a little music.
About time.
Made sure Kurt put this one on a loop so I could just keep it going, and if I forget to turn it off, no big deal.
Sure.
So I was gonna talk about my favorite movies, and yes, I think there are a lot of good movies in a lot of different years. A lot of different years have a lot of good movies. Kent, you were born in 1982?
Incorrect.
1983. A lot of good movies came out in 1983. We've got here are my top 10 movies
From the year I was born?
from the year you were born.
Alright, hit me with them.
Scarface,
Never seen it.
Brian De Palma, Al Pacino playing Tony Montana.
I'm familiar with it.
I'll bet you can quote lines from that movie.
Because I've seen posters with lines from that movie. Everybody my age, in their early 20s really gets into that movie. They think it's super cool. Never
Yeah.
saw it.
Yeah, he's like,
Say hi to...
Say hello to my little friends.
That's it. Show me the money.
Return of the Jedi came out that year.
I've seen that.
You like those Ewoks?
I did when I was a kid.
What do you think of the new Ewok song that
Where they
replaced? They replaced the old Ewok song at the end of Return of the Jedi.
You talking Yub Nub?
Yub Nub.
You got the yep nub.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
the new song or the old song?
that's the old
That's
song.
the old song. I don't know the new song.
Changed it.
They
I just-
changed in that same scene. They changed old Darth Vader to young Darth
I,
Vader.
I saw that.
Like a prick. George Lucas does this to us.
You guys excited about the new Star Wars movie?
Yep.
Have you seen ABC's Lost?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Foxy,
excited
is,
about
Foxy
that.
is Foxy gonna show up in
I'm
the new?
excited about potential Matthew Foxy's appearance in the, the new Star Wars. I figure, hey, why not? What do I care?
At least maybe. What was Kate?
What was Kate?
She was an elf. Fell in love with a dwarf.
Yeah.
I know that.
See some of her in it. Hey, Eric. Hit me with some of your favorite lines from Lost, Kurt.
Shannon!
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Shannon!
Yeah.
I like Kate Run.
Oh yeah.
Live together, die alone.
Right. That's yeah. What is
Where
it?
are we?
Yeah. I like it when that big scene and
Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what I can't do.
Yeah. I like that. I like the
Who said that?
John Locke.
John Locke's cool. He at one point he's got like a couple different lines that are cool. Like at one point somebody says something to him and he's like, what?
So what he says?
Yeah, he couldn't hear them too well.
Alright, what else came out the year I was born?
I'll just run down my list.
Hit
of
me
my
a
other-
summer
my-
blockbuster. I was born in the summer, so like something came out like around first week of July.
War Games,
I've seen it.
Octopussy.
I've seen it.
I wouldn't call either of those in my top 10 favorites in 1983, though.
I thought that's what you were giving us though.
No, those are just movies that came out. I'll run down the rest. We got Local Hero.
Never seen it.
That's a good movie. Entre Nous.
Never seen it. These Frenchies?
That's a French movie. Local Hero is just a Scottish movie.
Close enough.
Ballad of Narayama. That's a Japanese movie. The Fourth Man. That's a Dutch movie. The Right Stuff. You know, Astronauts.
I mean, what is this, a fucking Dropbox conversation?
And Sans Soleil. That's it's a documentary from 1983.
You're not talking
good.
about movies that you're grateful for. You're reading down a list of them.
I'm grateful for these movies. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, you're gonna read a chronological order of movies that came out in a year, and you're grateful for every single one?
These are all my favorites. Tender Mercies. Robert Duvall plays a country singer, down on his luck country singer.
Oh, you talking Crazy Heart?
No, this came out way before Crazy Heart. So much better than Crazy Heart.
Okay, you got.
Well, you know what, Kurt? How about I just go to 1985? That was the year you were born. I bet there's some really good movies. Pee-wee's
Oh.
Big Adventure. Don't tell me that's not a good movie.
I love that movie. Okay, I love it. I will talk about my feelings about it for as long as you want. I will try to be funny about it for as long as you want.
Well, go ahead. Be funny about Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Go.
Okay, there's a part where Pee-wee's.
Know what else came out? Back to the Future.
Oh, yeah.
That came out in your year.
Let's talk about time travel, guys. Where would you go?
Doc Brown.
Hey, if you guys could travel in time, where would you go?
You ever see that show Rick and Morty? It's kind of based on Back to the Future. Is
I
what I
love that
figured
show.
out. It's kinda-
I bet Marty McFly wishes he go back in time now.
Brazil came out in that year. You ever see Brazil, guys?
No.
That's a good movie.
That DVD's like 3 discs long.
Here's some of my other favorites. The Breakfast Club.
Oh, yeah. Judd Nelson.
Judd
from
Nelson.
Maine.
Yeah,
He's from Maine.
he's from Maine. And they, I watch a lot of teen dramas on TV, and I find that eventually, when they run out of stuff to do with these characters on these teen shows, they put them all in detention, and they have a Breakfast Club type episode.
Nice. Is it called?
Yeah.
I tell you what would be more interesting than this episode. Going out to eat breakfast.
I did that today.
You want to talk about food? You know what else came out in 1985? Desperately Seeking Susan. The only Madonna's best movie by far.
Wait
I mean,
a
she's just
second.
playing.
Wait a second. Wasn't that a sitcom from the mid '90s?
Desperately Seeking Susan?
Yeah.
No, I don't know what you're. Maybe you're thinking of Veronica's
I'm
Closet
thinking of Suddenly Susan.
or with Brooke Shields.
I think, yeah.
No, it's a different movie. Madonna. She's playing a Madonna type character. Rosanna Arquette.
You
She's
guys.
a bored suburban housewife. Madonna's her hero. She wants to be like Madonna. She finds a coat, Madonna's coat, in a thrift shop, buys it. All sorts of crazy shit happens.
You guys remember in the mid '90s when they had a lot of sitcoms with like?
There were a lot of sitcoms in the mid '90s. I remember that. Lost in America, that came out in 1985. Albert Brooks. That's a pretty. He spends his nest egg going across country in an RV.
That sounds great.
My Beautiful Laundrette. Daniel Day
How
Lewis.
much does a
he's
trip
gay.
like that
he's
cost?
gay. He's gay in that movie. My Life as a Dog.
I'm
Swedish
interested
movie.
in-
A lot of people were introduced to
I'm inter-
foreign films. They didn't realize they could even like foreign films, and then they saw My Life as a Dog, and they were like, "That's a good movie. I want to watch
Word.
more foreign films."
I'm interested in-
Ron. That's another one that came out in '85. It's a Kurosawa movie. A lot of people saw that, and they were like, "Wow, they make good movies in Japan. I want to watch some more movies from other places."
Just let him go, dude.
Tampopo, that's another Japanese movie from 1985 that was really good. And
Tempo?
Tampopo. Looking
That's
looking
like
for the
a-
perfect noodle recipe.
Yeah, it's like an egg omelet, right?
Noodle. There are eggs in the noodles.
Mm.
Vagabond. It's a French fried movie that came out in 1985 about a homeless girl who takes up with this this family in the country, and some bad stuff happens.
How'd she get out to the country? Not a lot of homeless people out there.
She took she hitchhiked.
Just okay.
Yeah. 1973 was a good year. That's the year I was born.
We got like Dirty Harry's, Smoky Bandits.
It was after Dirty Harry, but before Smokey Bandit.
Can you give me about 15 to 25 titles from 73?
I'm going to do my top 10
Okay.
in no particular order.
Oh, okay.
American Graffiti came out in 1973. George Lucas's second film.
Like
there were
West Side
no
Story? It was like a
spaceships
West
or
Side
anything.
Story type thing.
No. I mean, it was set in the early 60s, and West Side Story came out in 1961, so I guess it's in that
Okay.
sense it's sort of
Yeah.
West Side Story-ish, but just a bunch of kids driving around town in their hot rods. It's the end of summer, trying to figure out what they're going to do with their lives, listening to some music.
Also,
and-
recently graduated
Yeah.
students.
Yeah, it's a good movie. You should see it. Ron Howard's in it.
When did Porky's come out?
1982.
Now there's a movie.
You like movies. You like movies where you get to watch high school boys getting laid.
I call them skin flicks.
American Pie. That's a more recent one.
I can relate.
Another Al Pacino movie I liked was Scarecrow. That came out in 1973. He's a sweet.
Like
he's
a
sweet,
Wizard
he's a
of
sweet kind of a
Oz
guy.
type thing.
No, although I think maybe the titles are right. I never quite figured out why the movie's called
You
Scarecrow.
got
Gene Hackman's in it.
no brain.
They're not the smartest guys, but they don't not have brains.
Okay.
Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid.
Oh, Bob Dylan did that soundtrack.
Yeah, Knocking on Heaven's Door was in that movie, and the movie's famous for Knocking on Heaven's Door. That
Watched
song.
that movie.
But I like the
Western.
movie.
I
The
like a
movie's
good
so much
Western.
better. It's good. It's good. It's about how Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, they were friends.
Mm-hmm.
But then you know what Pat Garrett did to Billy the Kid?
Stole his woman.
Shot him.
It's just as good.
That's in the movie?
Yeah.
Over why?
Over what? Because Billy the Kid was an outlaw, Price on his
Oh,
head,
so
and Pat Garrett was a sheriff.
Oh,
It's
so
about
so you're talking this is sort of like a remake of Fox and the Hound. Like they were friends when they were kids, but doomed to have to.
Does the Hound kill the fox at the end of that movie?
I can't remember.
I don't think so because there's a Fox and the Hound 2.
That could be their kids.
And they've made up. They've said, let's not make the same mistakes our dads did.
Was that a Disney movie?
Mm-hmm.
Animated.
You got scammed, dude.
Badlands came out in 1973. Ever see that one?
Is it
Martin Sheen. Early Terrence Malick flick. My favorite Francois Truffaut movie, Day for Night. It's a behind the scenes movie kind of movie. You know.
Okay.
It's like what happens when you're making a movie
Oh, like
kind of movie.
mm-hmm. Like Shadow of the Vampire. It's like a movie within a movie.
Right. Where Willem Dafoe plays Nosferatu and he's really a vampire.
Really a vampire.
I prefer my vampires to be Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt, if you know what I mean.
And Antonio Banderas.
He was in. What was he in as a vampire?
Interview with a Vampire.
The same one that
Come
those
on.
guys were in.
Come on!
You were too focused on the other two hunks. You didn't see the third hunk.
Okay, Kent, put them in height order. Tom Cruise, Antonio Banderas, Brad Pitt.
Tallest to shortest.
Your choice.
I'll go tallest to shortest because that's the way the world works. Brad Pitt, Antonio Banderas, Tom Cruise.
You're probably right.
That does sound correct.
But it could. I mean, Tom Cruise could be. Aren't Latino men kind of short?
Well, he's
Not to
Spanish and not
generalize.
Mexican, and I
Okay.
feel like Mexican people are somewhat smaller than the average North American. Whatever.
I mean. Okay.
I mean, it really
no one will
doesn't-
ever really know for sure.
Don't
Almost-
Look Now came out in 1973. Get to see Donald Sutherland's junk in that movie.
I've seen his junk before,
Yeah.
but not in that movie.
What'd you see it in?
Wasn't he in that David Bowie movie, Man Who Fell to Earth?
No.
I've seen Donald
Same
Sutherland's
director
junk
as,
with you.
as Don't Look Now.
I've been in a room with you and his junk.
You and me and Donald Sutherland's junk
Yeah.
together at the same
So
time.
you tell me how it happened. Were you just showing me clips from this movie?
Probably. I mean, I have some gifs of Donald Sutherland's junk in that
Is
movie.
it GIF or GIF?
GIF, I think. But how can you not say GIF?
Yeah, because GIF is spelled with a J. Am I right?
Lady
Kurt?
Snowblood. That's a samurai movie.
You're my peanut butter boy.
I am?
Yeah.
That's how you spell GIF, but I always say GIF. Like gift.
Yeah.
It's a GIF file. You guys just said the opposite. You said you call it GIF.
No, I don't. But I've heard that that's how you're supposed to say it.
I don't think
Anyways,
so.
Bart's talking about movies, Kurt. Get off
Sorry,
the GIF
sorry.
GIF train.
It's fucking never ending.
The Long Goodbye. That's Ellie Gould playing.
Is that the name of this episode?
Philip Marlowe. Robert Altman directed that movie. It's really good. You should all check it out. One of my favorite Woody Allen movies, Sleeper, came out in the year I was born, 1973.
I never saw a Woody Allen movie until I watched that one with the crazy lady.
Which is the one with the crazy lady.
The one that just recently came out. Lady, like, having a nervous breakdown.
You guys ever get into a fight while you're watching a movie?
Blue Jasmine,
Yeah, I've gotten into a fight while watching a movie before. Yeah, that
like
one.
fisticuffs.
No, like
Like
an argument or like you don't finish a movie because you were fighting with somebody.
Yeah, like one time I was over, like, hanging out at my house. My parents were out of town. I was house sitting. And I had, like, some friends over to watch a movie there. And then I ended up getting into a fight with them about whether or not I was sleeping.
At your parents' house?
Yeah.
What kind of movie was it?
I can't remember the movie. Might have been a Terminator or two,
Sure.
but
That's just the kind of thing that
you were there.
That's just the kind of thing that really makes you think.
There are movies I didn't finish because I got too distracted by making love.
Yeah.
Nice.
Scenes from a Marriage, Ingmar Bergman's film, came out in 1973, one of my top 10.
I was watching
1973.
a trailer for Pocahontas earlier.
You were
I
watching
got a
The
little
Lion King
sexually
earlier.
aroused.
Arise?
I got sexually aroused by it.
What was the director of that movie?
Walt
Some
Disney.
dude.
Scammed.
So it's Pocahontas that turned you on?
She was.
Was it the length of her skirt?
It was just her whole vibe. She was doing things, you guys.
You're kind of into hippie chicks.
Have you seen Avatar? Does that movie turn you on? Yes. He's shaking his head yes.
Yeah, dude.
That's the same movie.
I know.
Scammed.
Scammed?
Do you sometimes imagine yourself as John Smith?
I'm the one that's got the boner, so how am I scammed?
You know what it is about the Pocahontas myth that Kent really likes? She was like 12, right?
Not in that movie.
There's nothing. Well, Ken will also tell you there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's something wrong with that.
Okay, what was the acceptable
It
age
was
group?
me and TV's Tegan Wright were watching a documentary called "Are All Men Pedophiles?"
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's evolutionary. It's basically like
Sure.
evolution. We evolved back when we were cavemen. Like sexual maturity peak was at like it's just 18 is an arbitrary number, you guys.
Well, it's like
There's nothing wrong with being attracted to a 17-year-old girl.
we just want to perpetuate the species.
Yeah, and
so
they're-
we want to start creating babies in people as early as
When
possible.
they're young and healthy, and they can handle it.
So they can create as many babies as possible.
Yeah, and so it's just genetic. But Kurt, a 12-year-old, that's fucked up, dude.
Dude, you're the one popping bonies for Pocahontas there. 12-year-old cartoon.
No.
I mean, go with like a Jessica Rabbit or something. Am I right, girls?
I really
Don't
like
put your-
She-Ra.
Don't put your hang-ups on me.
Hey, I'm comfortable with whatever you're comfortable with, you know? I mean, if we maybe, let's say for example, we were together watching a Pocahontas thing, and you forgot to wear your you forgot to wear your stiff jeans, and you pop that bony,
Yeah.
fine,
Okay.
no judgment.
I know.
But if you did not, if you were wearing your stiff jeans and you don't tell me when you pop that bony, when you don't pop that bony, then we got a problem. Then you can bet your bottom dollar we will have words to discuss. Because that's rude.
Yeah. I know.
We've only got a minute and a half left in the episode, and I haven't even gotten to my favorite year for movies, 1957. So let me just run down them real quick.
Sure.
What's so
Yeah.
great about
A
1957?
couple of Bergman movies: Seven Seals, Wild Strawberries, Sweet Smell of Success. One of my favorite movies. I got Face in the Crowd, Knights of Cabiria, 12 Angry Men, Paths of Glory, Bridge on the River Kwai,
I like 12 Angry Men. I've seen that movie a couple of times.
Cranes Are Flying.
It's like whenever it was hot outside and I was working at the video store, I'd put it on.
We are grateful guys. We are grateful guys. We are grateful. We are grateful guys. We are grateful guys. We are grateful guys. We are grateful.
It's because it takes place in a heat wave, you guys. That movie.
That's fine. I don't care.
I know.